Hey, we're about to do another Radio 1 Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. I'm here with my special guest today, Prince Ayotunde. Ayotunde. See, I'm going to mess up his name. He's going to correct me on the air every time I get it wrong today. Look at him. You see him right there, ready to correct me. He's standing there at the ready to correct me. We're about to head over to the studio. We're going to be talking about international trade, specifically doing business with Africa and bridging that economic divide. Folks, you don't want to miss this show because a lot of folks have questions about trading with Africa. We got the man, I'm not going to say the horse's mouth, but this is about the closest thing you're going to get right here today. So we're going to head on over to the studio. So get one ready, get yourself a nice chair, get you some coffee, some cocoa. Because me and the Prince, that's right, he's the real Prince too, that's right. Not Prince like the purple Prince, but even though he does have on purple. See, now you done threw me off today.
Come on, Bob.
Yeah, that's sir. And that's Mr. Webster Cheney.
Hey, folks.
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Gatewood, y'all.
Yes, sir. We are actually about to do the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. And I actually have Prince Ayotunde today from the continent of Africa. We're going to talk about trading with Africa and bridging that divide that separates our communities right now.
How you doing, everybody?
Wow.
This is Mr. Cheney, by the way, Prince. This
How you doing, Prince?
I'm doing great.
He has one of the hottest shows on Radio 1.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice meeting you, too.
Mr. Gatewood?
Yes, sir.
They're waiting on you, boy. They're waiting to see you.
We're going to get him.
All
Thank
right,
you, sir.
all right.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. All right, the studio is empty.
Bye to y'all.
We are here. All right, man, we're heading over.
Yes, sir.
That's Prince. Hey, Prince, that's the engineer. All right, come on in here, my friend. You bring that with me. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, folks, we're about to start another show. There we go. That sounds better. All right, folks, we're going to be on the air in about 1 minute. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable. We're going to get the print set up here. Now you slide on over here.
Okay.
We get you right here on get that mic. When I get on that mic, you talk right into that mic.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, this sounds good. Let's see, make sure we get you set up right. Yes. All right, so you can slide over. That's good, right there. That's good. All right. All right, folks, we're about to start the show. We got about a minute before we're on the air. We got brother from the motherland up in the house. Hey there, Katie.
This is goodwill. And with every item you buy, you fund local job training and more. So go forth. Bring home those donut earrings.
All right, folks, this is the Marketing Pulpit. We're going to be on the air in about a minute. So get yourself comfortable. 15 seconds to be exact. The engineer is talking in my ear as we speak. So let's get ready to roll.
Views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
All right, I'd like to welcome you to the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. We're not saving souls. We're saving businesses. We're saving jobs. We're saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We're just going to call that icing on the cake. Because the mission here at the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show is to build strong businesses in our community so that we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. and brought one of them into the studio today. So I have in the studio none other than Prince Ayotunde. I'm not even going to try to butcher his last name, but anyway, I'm just going to call him Prince today. I was telling him, I said, look, not Prince like the purple one. Now, he's going to confuse me today, and he happened to wear purple. Now, that is so wrong. Hey, welcome to the show, Prince.
Robert.
Welcome to the show.
You're a case, man.
Hey, man.
A lot of people like your show. Each time, I tune in, I get a lot of followers, following me on Facebook. I be like, what is going on here at the studio? Robert Gatewood is on top of the whole show.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Brother Prince Ayotunde. Say that name for us. I tell you what, you give us the full name so we can, and then we, of course, now some folks who are listening, who are probably from the motherland, from your country, it'll just roll off their tongue just like Gatewood rolls off tongues here. So you give us the full name for the folks who are so inclined that can pronounce it properly.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here, Robert Gatewood. It's been quite some time that we met, and you've been asking me, you want to have me on the show, but my schedule is just too tight. But anyway, my name is Prince Ayotunde Adebayo, and I'm actually from Nigeria. I studied in London. I studied international marketing in London, which is to actually deal with our international trade, which is export and import. And I, lay my hands on organizing trade shows, seminars, training, folks that are interested in venturing into international trade.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, now later in the show, coming up at the next segment at 10:45, we're going to be talking about bridging the gap and doing business with Africa. Prince, I can't tell you now, Prince Ayotunde.
Ayo.
What am I missing? The Ayo part?
Just call me Ayo.
Okay, Ayo. Ayo, okay, I like that. That's a lot better. Okay. Prince Ayotunde, I get questions often. People are constantly asking me about doing business with Africa. As a matter of fact, this week, one of my existing clients contacted me. He made a trip to Africa. He came back, man, he was so excited. He was just jumping out of his seat. And he said, Robert, I want you to put me together a website, a brand for an organization that he's about to do business with. They're going to be selling paintings and some of the oils and things like that from Africa. And he said, and you know what I told him? I said, you need to listen to the show on Friday because I'm going to have the Prince Ayotunde as our guest, and I'm sure that he is tuning in. So to him and anybody else who's interested in doing business in the continent of Africa, then this is a show you want to remember. Also, afterwards, you can save the show. You can share it on your Facebook and your Instagram. You can also go to marketingpulpit.com and listen to that show and all the other past shows. I want to welcome everybody tuning in at 95.9 FM, Radio 1. We are broadcasting live from the nation's capital, right outside of D.C. and Silver Spring, Maryland. This is the home, of course, the brainchild of Dr. Kathy Hughes. And we have a great lineup here on Radio 1. We have Mr. Tom Joyner comes on at 6 o'clock in the morning, and leading right after him, we have Nation Boy Nikita Floyd. Then we bring in the Marketing Pulpit. Later on in the afternoon, we have Reverend Al Sharpton. We have Mr. Carl Nelson. Just a great lineup of people here on Radio 1. And the Marketing Pulpit is just proud to be in that family. Also, like to welcome everybody tuning in on Facebook. We have a very large following on Facebook to catch the show every Friday on Facebook Live. And just want to do a couple of shout outs to Leon Gatewood. Leon is he's one of our regular followers. He's also my brother, and he has his nonprofit Holla. He was also foundational and instrumental in getting our upcoming guest at the 11 o'clock hour. We're going to have songstress Mary Ella B. Bennett. She's a young lady down from North Carolina who's making some very big waves out here in the gospel, music, entertainment industry. So we're going to have her joining us at 11 o'clock. And I'm going to try to encourage her to cut a tune for us, to sing a few bars. So folks, don't miss that. You don't want this lady can sing.
They don't want to miss that lady.
Right.
As much as you talked about her, it's it's awesome.
It's awesome. So all the folks down in North Carolina, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And Brother Brown, Brother Gerald Brown, he's one of our regular listeners, one of my clients and friends. He's a regular follower. He's also one of the best plumbers out here. So if you need some plumbing, Brother Brown, we're actually going to have him on the show coming up in the very near future. We're also happy to have people tuning in on TuneIn. TuneIn is one of those big apps that can pretty much stream most of the radio shows on the internet. So we actually have a presence on TuneIn as well. Hello to Mr. Brody and to all of the folks, no matter how you're tuning in. And if you're looking for some options on how to tune in, you can go to marketingpulpit.com. We have all of the options right there. There's a link at the top of the page where you can get in on TuneIn, you can get the Radio 1, you can get the Facebook. So we want to make this easy because this information is so important and vital. We want to make it easy and as accessible as we possibly can. I am Robert Gatewood. I'm your host. I have a company called Gatewood Marketing and Web, and we have been helping companies for the last 25 years, people that need marketing, branding, social media, web, graphic design, logo design, you name it, we have been doing it. We do it in the government space. We do it in the corporate space. We do it in the nonprofit space. We do it in entertainment. If you have a marketing need, you need to look no further. You don't have to go outside the country. You don't have to go looking to strangers. We have it right here in the community. We're affordable, we're accessible, and we do good work. We do good work. If you don't believe me, go to gatewoodmarketing.com. Just click on the portfolio. You'll see people like Joe Madison, the famous modeling agency, Diana Darby, which is led by David Perry. You will see Mr. Neely Fuller in the Produce Justice Group. You will see some of the government contractors, defense contractors we worked with. So we cover the gamut, and if you have a need, whether it's marketing, whether it's branding, or whatever, call me at 301-839-2836. And you can also go to gatewoodmarketing.com. We have quite a few people who have tuned in and have become clients. And we don't come on this show just to sell you. We come on this show to provide information. And some people have said, well, look, do you do this yourself? Can you help us? Yes, we can help you. And we have helped many others. And we can help you too. I'm just happy to have in the studio today the Prince. We're going to talk about a little bit of news real fast before we get to your segment coming up after the break. September 24th is National Voter Registration Day. And that's a national holiday that comes on the fourth Tuesday of September every year. And it's celebrating our democracy and the right to vote. And we have a big election coming up next year. So we want to make sure that everybody's voice is heard. So we want to get people out to vote. And there are many organizations who are taking part in this effort, and including the NAACP, the League of Women Voters, When We All Vote. You can visit some of those websites, and they will give you information on registration locations and things like that. And also Motor Voter. Motor Voter is actually an organization started by Gatewood Marketing and the Marketing Pulpit that provides free rides to the polls. So that's motorvoter.com. So we're actually trying to make sure that these votes count. And you hear some people going to tell you, hey, we're always voting, but nothing ever happens. Let me tell you this. If you think all this voting and nothing happens, imagine what might happen if you didn't vote. That's something you need to think about. So yes, we do want to get people out to vote, and because, like I said, we do have a very important election coming up in 2020. Here's some information also. Home building has showed signs of resurgence. We actually had a slacking off for a period of time, but now we're seeing a very fast pace of new construction, and probably the fastest since 2007. So that also means that it affects when the housing market changes, it affects a lot of other industries. It affects sales jobs, it affects lumber, it affects building, it affects construction. So those are some signs to watch. Also, Subway food chain has closed hundreds of stores. Now there's a story in this, Prince. Subway was the darling of the franchise world for many years ago. Back in, for instance, in 2009, Subway had 5,000 locations, 5,000. But in 2018, they closed 1,100. Now, what some people are saying, they're saying that Subway may have grown too big too fast, which is always sometimes a possibility when you have this explosive growth. They had the Jared Fogle problem where one of their spokesperson was charged with some type of sexual innuendos. That didn't help. And that's why we're going to talk about branding throughout this show and other shows, because your brand is so important. Prince, I was on the phone with somebody yesterday, and I could not emphasize enough to people the importance of your brand. Because your brand is your reputation.
It's very important.
And you as a marketing person, I'm sure you understand the importance of a powerful brand, a strong brand.
Definitely. You know, when you have a brand, you know, it makes you look exclusive,
Yes.
you know, in the market. And once you have a good product, you know, definitely, you know, with your brand and with good products, you know, you're going to have a lot of customers or clients.
You're exactly right. Because if one thing I've learned about branding, Prince, is that with a brand, you can charge more. A person with a good brand can charge more than a person with a not so good brand.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna have sitting there negotiating with somebody who I've never heard of when there's this person with this powerful brand that I have the option to go with.
Right.
So there's so many benefits of branding, and what Subway has been the victim of is that their brand has taken a hit, which means they can't sell franchises like they used to. Considering what a franchise costs, a Subway franchise is relatively cheap. It's between like $100,000 and $250,000, whereas a McDonald's franchise is between $1 and $2 million. So if somebody's trying to get into franchise food business, Subway is still a pretty good buy, but their brand has taken a serious hit.
Yeah, I think, you know, with Subway situation that you just, you know, announced, you know, to the public, I hope they still want to stay in business.
Yeah, I like that sandwich.
You like the sandwich?
I mean, they got a pretty good. I go there usually on. I went to them because of the health component.
Right.
I was looking for a fast food option that had pretty much health. You know, that was not too bad for me. So I'd go there and I'd buy like the lean turkey, get some wheat bread, put a lot of lettuce and tomato on it. So I always thought them as a healthy alternative to some of the other fast food options.
That's correct.
So I do hope they're able to sustain this storm, because they also put a lot of folks to work too. I love seeing people work. We're going to talk about this story too when we come back. KFC is serving fried chicken sandwiches between 2 glazed donuts at dozens of locations, and people are freaking out. I'm going to be talking about 11:15 is new. The new black. And we're going to fight this thing called ennui. If you don't believe me, go look up what ennui is. It's E-N-U. It's E-N-N-U-I. We're going to talk about that after the break. Marketing Pulpit. We'll be right back in a moment.
That was a good talk right there.
That was the first break.
You were hitting it. You were hitting it.
This time is going to fly.
Oh, yeah?
Next thing you know, man, we'll be walking out the door. Hey there, everybody tuning in on Facebook. Thank you for joining us today. Hey there, Reggie. Good to see you this morning. A lot of folks be tuning in on Facebook. Oh, my goodness. Hey there, Falache Day. Hey, my sister. Hey. Prince, hey, Falache Day. Prince.
That's Falache Day.
That's one of your homies. Hey, Judy. How you doing, cousin? Hey,
How you
Kendra.
doing, Falache Day?
Yeah, Falache Day. Falache Day is one of our co-hosts. Matter of fact, she was here last week.
I saw her. I was on that show throughout, you know.
Yeah, well, cool.
I was supposed to be in a meeting, but I said, no, I want to hear what this lady has to say. I hear her talking about financial,
She's an accountant, taxes, and all that good stuff.
financial
Hey, Daniel.
empowerment.
Hey, Daniel, one of your artists is going to be on the show later on. My brother Daniel, he produces a song for Miss Bennett, who's going to be our guest at the 11 o'clock hour. All right, we're going to be back on the air in a second here, folks, so hang on. Don't go anywhere. All right, put down that KFC sandwich with the 2 donuts on either side. Oh, my goodness. I tell you what I'm going to do, Prince. I'm going to change the name of the show to the Marketing Chicken Fried Sandwich Pulpit. Maybe I get everybody.
You got all the words, man.
That's too many words, though, besides that. But this chicken sandwich phenomenon. Now, the KFC has introduced, that's why my segment coming up is new. Is the new black. Now, when we think of the new black, like people say the orange is the new black, this is the new black. When folks say the new black, that means that's the new thing, the new latest, the new greatest, something that's powerful, that's engaging, that's beneficial. So when I say new is the new black, you're going to understand what I mean when I talk about this KFC story. This past Tuesday, KFC introduced a sandwich where they put a piece of fried chicken between 2 glazed donuts. What in the world is coming to?
That's heavyweight.
They should give you a defibrillator with it, so when you have your heart attack, you can just go ahead and put that on the side.
That is real heavyweight right there.
Oh my goodness! But they're catching, they're riding this wave, Prince, and that's why I'm going to talk about new being the new black. When I say new, I mean the letter N-E-W, the word N-E-W, something that's new. Because what's happening, we're seeing a trend, and we're going to talk about this phenomenon as to why these companies are introducing fried chicken sandwiches, sandwiches between honey buns. And if you walk down the food aisle anytime lately, if you went down the cereal aisle lately, you don't know if you're on the cookie aisle or the chip aisle or the ice cream aisle, because the names of these cereals now, they got honey bun cereals, they got Reese's Cup cereals. We're going to talk about this phenomenon coming up at 11:15. Also coming up at 11 o'clock, we're going to have Mary Ellaby Bennett. She's a singing phenom out of North Carolina. She's going to tell us her story. She's also going to, I'm going to try to see if I can get her to cut a tune for us, for at least one bar or two. Maybe, we'll see. But anyway, let's follow this story on this new stuff, and we're going to be talking about that later on. But right now, we're going to talk to the Prince. We got the Prince here. Not the one that, the Purple Rain Prince, or the When Doves Fly Prince. Even though you're wearing purple. Man, why you do that to me today? You done threw me off.
Well,
I'm going to have to give you a microphone and give you a guitar and let you start playing so we won't confuse people.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to play guitar, and that's one of the best instruments.
I think he has been consistent. I don't care how many times I've run into him. He's always saying, we've got to do business. We've got to bring people back together. He talked, what really caught my attention, I was talking to him, he talked about how the people that left Africa, they need to come back home. They need to come back home, visit, trade, get back involved, and he caught my attention right then. That's somebody I need to keep in touch with. So anyway, we have in the studio Prince Ayotunde. That's where I'm going to stop.
That's correct. That's fine. You try your best. You know, I'll have a lot of people that when they first met with me, when I pronounce my name to them, you know, they find it difficult pronouncing it. Well, you know, after a while, when they, you know, keep having conversation with me,
it gets easier.
They now expert. They, you know, they even pronounce my name more than the way I can pronounce it. That's
not better than you.
That's the irony of it.
Well, let me ask you, is your name common in your country?
Oh yes, that name is common, but it has a very strong meaning. You know.
And what does that mean?
It means happiness has come to my life. You know,
wow.
Joy has come. You know, Ayotunde means joy or happiness. While Tunde means come again.
Wow. I love that. You learn something every day. You're listening to The Marketing Pulpit. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. I have in the studio Prince Ayotunde. And now, Prince, introduce yourself to the audience. And by the way, if you want to call us at 1-800-450-7876. If you're interested in getting into the international export-import business, want to do business specifically in the continent of Africa, you definitely want to tune in and call in with your questions if you have a question. The number is 1-800-450-7876. And if you get lost and you can't find the number, go to marketingpulpit.com. We have the number right there on the homepage. Introduce yourself again quickly to us and let us know who the heck you are. First of all, I'm honored to have you here on the show, but give us a quick background on yourself.
Yeah, once again, I want to thank Robert Gatewood, who has, you know, make a very strong effort to make sure that I get to the studio today to come and speak to the fans of 95.9. You know, that's one of the stations that I listen to. I think I want to commend, you know, Kathy Hooves.
Yes.
And, you know, the family that are involved in this business. They're doing a great job. And I want to also thank all the engineers working in the studios of WL. You know, they're all doing a fantastic job. You know, I'm so fascinated, you know, it's making me to want to go and open a studio of my own, you know. But anyway, once again, my name is Prince Ayotunde Adebayo. I'm primarily from Nigeria. I studied international marketing in London. I graduated from college in 1987. And in 1989, I went back to Nigeria, to join the family business, which is Demolin Nigeria Limited. Demolin Nigeria Limited is primarily involved in construction, of roads, buildings, hospitals, schools, So that's what my parents were doing. So immediately I finished my college in London, I went back to Nigeria, to join the family business. And I became the managing director of the company. So with my background, I set up an export desk, which I use, in doing export of agricultural commodities, mostly, like cashews, sesame seed, gum arabic, shea nuts, kola nuts. I was doing all these in raw forms. But I later, down the road, realized that I'm not even adding value, by exporting most of this product in raw. So I started trying to engage in people, to come and invest in that business. So fortunately enough, we're able to come up with cocoa powder, which you turn into chocolates.
Wow.
So and also I also had a bakery,
A bakery too?
Yeah, we're baking bread. We were making all these raw materials from Nigeria.
Do you make donuts?
Yeah, we make that as well.
Do you put chicken between two of them?
That is sandwich. It becomes chicken donut sandwich, So anyway, so we were doing that, and but I was strongly involved in international trade.
Okay.
I love that field so much.
Well, let me ask you a question.
It's very interesting, yes.
You have the word prince in front of your name. Are you a real prince?
I'm a real prince. I'm from a royal family in Nigeria.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, the company that I come from, we are the one that attained to the title of Oni of Ife, which is OONI.
Right.
And OF, which is off, then IFE, Ife. Ife is in southwest Nigeria.
Matter of fact, when I met you, the Oni was coming to the U.S.
Exactly.
And you were instrumental in bringing him here.
That's correct. I was one of the folks that actually engineered the visit of the Oni as soon as he attained that throne in 2015 December. Then 2016, we packaged, a grand visit for him to visit the United States. At that time, he landed in New York. From New York, we went to New Jersey. New Jersey, we went to Philadelphia. We attended the Odun Day Festival. He was there. He made a powerful speech in that event, and also, we took him to the House of Representatives in Harrisburg, and from there we came to Baltimore, Maryland. We went to Gatewood Hotel. We had a very strong and very, huge number of attendees, during that event.
Let me ask you this. Now, I get questions all the time about people who are curious about how to do business with the continent of Africa. But before I get to that, why do you? This seems like it'd be a personal peeve or a personal interest of yours of bridging this divide. Why is that so important to you?
It is so important to me. First of all, let's take a look at the black people in America or any part of the world. They all migrated from Africa.
Right.
So Africa is their home.
Right.
So they love that touch. So this is the best time for them to start going back to Africa. More so, we just had the Congressional Black Caucus that this celebrated the 400 years of the arrival of the African people in the United States.
That's
and I've been following most of their information, and I also was trying to organize an event on Pan-Afrikan Back to the Roots.
Right.
So that's one of the projects that I'm handling at this moment.
Well, let me ask this. Now, why is it, when people think about doing business with Africa, it seems overwhelming. They just don't know where to start. Is it that hard? Is it, what's I know the other people.
Right, the other people, they try to block them from going back to their roots. So by telling them, oh, Africa is bad, don't go to Africa. Africa is full of monkeys, you know, gorillas and stuff like that. And people over there, they were given back to by gorillas. That's all lies.
Well, hold that thought. You're right, though. When most people think about Africa, they still think about Tarzan and gorillas and rhinoceros are going to stick them and all kind of stuff. It has been so embedded in people's psyche, it takes probably another generation to get rid of it. Hopefully, we can speed that up. We're going to take a quick break and finish up with Prince Ayotunde. We're also going to have Mary Elizabeth Bennett coming on to talk about her story. Don't go anywhere. This is an exciting show you don't want to miss. Marketing Pulpit will be right back after the break.
That's nice.
How fast that time flies. We're going to do
that time is not enough.
I know. We could be on here 2 days and still not covered all.
Why
Another
risk
thing
the
you can
stake?
do is to...
Why say something? We all have reasons why we choose to ignore the things that give us pause, that seem out of place, that don't feel right. The word why can either paralyze us or empower us to stand up and protect what we love. Say something. Why do you say something?
Yeah,
I say
Elevate.
safe for my
Oh.
family.
I see safe for my friends.
Her name is Ebony Kinney.
We
Yep.
see safe.
Ebony Kinney.
Oh, yeah.
That's somebody you know? Okay.
We all have something worth
One of your
protecting.
My fans,
A
yeah.
why that unifies this community we're all a part of.
Cool.
So protect your everything.
Let's see, we're going to cover...
Report suspicious activity to local authorities.
I want to cover...
See something? Say
So
something.
she's on the call right now, right?
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home.
I'm going to quickly ask you to...
Probably okay.
How can, if somebody today wanted to get started in doing business with Africa, give us like a quick answer. And we're going to take your then we're going to take the calls.
Okay.
And then we're going to try to wrap it up after a couple of minutes. I mean, there's no way to get everything we need to talk about. Just
Yeah,
know that.
you know, we have more time, next time.
Yeah, we'll save some for next time. Hey, everybody on Facebook. Good to see you this morning. Hey, little brother Bogan.
WOL, Washington,
Donnell,
D.C.
how you doing? Hey, homegirl Mary. Hope everything is going good. Hey there, Miss Coulson, the model, Brenda the model. Great lady. I'm glad to see she's doing well out here. Miss Richardson, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. Brother Hiawatha, how you doing, my friend? We're back on the air.
The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
All right, I'm over here I'm flipping through this magazine, trying to pick out me a nice outfit like the Prince has here. Man, where do I get some clothes like that?
Just come back to me. Just call me again. I'll provide you with nice, attire from
You can hook a brother up. Let me ask you, is there a story behind your garb? Your outfit? Is there a story behind that?
Well, being an African, I have to showcase my culture.
Okay.
I have to, demonstrate and, let people know the value of Africa.
Is that a typical outfit that I would see?
It's one of them.
One of them, okay.
It's one of them.
Like here people wear like a jacket and a tie, and so this is like the normal garb.
The English people want everybody, to be following them. They want us to be speaking English. They want everybody to call out their own, primary languages, which is not fair to God. Don't let us go into that right now.
Man, he shut me down. I know I gotta get me one of these outfits now, man. I feel like I'm under the English influence. This jacket on, the brother sitting this natural outfit.
Right.
I need to get me one, daggone it. Because I know some of the churches in the area, they have like the African outfit day.
If you went to the Congressional Black Caucus dinner on Saturday, I was so excited. I saw everybody. I saw Sheila Jackson Lee. I saw her dressed in Nigerian dress, and I'd be like, wow. And guess what? I went there, with the shirt and pants.
Right.
Doesn't make me look good of myself. I saw plenty of people there. Among the Congress, they were all dressed in African attire.
Oh man,
All of them, majority of them.
that was great.
I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud.
Hey, we have a caller on the line. Welcome to the show, caller.
Hi, my name is Ebony Kinney, and thanks, Robert Gatewood, first of all, for just having me.
Hi, Ebony. How are you?
Hey, Ebony.
Hi.
Thank you, Ebony, for the
Ayotunde
kind.
Adebayo.
She just came from Africa. She went to Africa and then just came back a couple of weeks
You
ago.
just came back from Africa?
I just came back from my first trip to Rwanda, and today is because You mentioned earlier about we need to destigmatize ideas folks have locally about traveling to Africa. But what we don't talk enough about is the healing journey that happens and the validation. Because entrepreneurship isn't a problem there, right? And so when you go, it's just so eye-opening and healing and validating to see people that look like you, that are doing things and finding solutions. And I just wonder what, you all opinion on the audience that would come out and have those conversations around the healing that needs to take place, and what happens when you do this home thinking and develop your origin story and get down to what your personal purpose is, which is the true reason why you would go off and work for yourself. I know the Pan-Afrikan Collective at Mount Nebo Church does some awesome work, and they meet regularly to do these sorts of efforts, and Prince Ayo also is a part of that community. But I just wondered your thoughts on, would people come out, and then your thoughts on the healing journey that I think a lot of African Americans would benefit from that sort of traveling.
What do you think there, Prince?
That to face that challenge, to break that yoke that is holding them back, to go to Africa. They just, have to, in order for them to be able to have access to Africa, they need to make friends with Africans. They need to attend, their social gatherings. They need to attend social events. They need to attend business events. They need to get themselves attached with the African Union, the African Union mission. When I first, got here, my mission was to make friends with African Americans. It shouldn't be my problem because we wear the same skin. Right. So that skin is what actually matters to me. And for them to be able to go to Africa, it's a great healing. When she went and came back and she told me her story, I'd be like, oh, that is great. And she told me how fascinating it was while she was there. She said she felt like she didn't want to come back to the United States.
Well, I like the word that Ebony used, healing, because I think often that we are not receptive. We can't move forward when we're carrying that. We're still carrying those scars. We're still we haven't been made whole. And I think sometimes we have to take a physical journey and at minimum a spiritual journey back to our roots in order for us to release and shake off some of those shackles of slavery and segregation and Jim Crow. And if you're not healed, you're not going to be your full self. And so I think Ebony makes a very valid point. I'm glad that she took that physical journey. But I think that those of us who can't take the physical journey, at least take the mental journey, the spiritual journey, let's go out here and make some strides, positive strides in our community. Let's reach back out to people from Africa, Nigeria, and the other cities and countries in the continent. And so this healing can take on many forms, but I do agree that many of us are not whole. And that's what's kind of keeping us spinning our wheels and not moving forward as we should.
Let me say something real quick, if you don't mind. Back immediately after the Ooni of Ife came to the United States, right after he left, of them was saying that when he stepped on the ground, he has to take off his shoes to really feel that spirit. He was shedding tears.
I can imagine.
Now, right after that, in 2017, I also organized the Team Familia, the go-go band from Washington, D.C. I organized their team to Nigeria to have a royal visit with the Ooni of Ife. And also last year, the same thing, I organized another team, under the team of Marilyn Crawford. You might know her. She's very powerful. She's also connected with Oprah Winfrey and some of these big shots in the United States. When they all went there, they all came back and be like, wow, Prince, we're going to be doing this every year.
Well, that's, this is powerful. I wish we had more time to do a deeper dive into this. And Ebony, thanks for calling in today. And once again, continue your journey and share with others. And I'm just proud of your story and the fact that you had the opportunity to go back to Africa and Rwanda, I know they're in a serious healing process after the tragedy of 1994, when the Hutus, the Tutsis kind of slaughter took place there. And so if any place is symptomatic or symbolic of healing, then the country of Rwanda is actually the poster child of that. Thanks a lot, Ebony.
Thanks, Michael.
Uh,
I'm into a class right now, so that class should be, I'm excited to know when that next image should be coming out. So thanks for letting me call in.
Thank you very much. All right, quickly, coming up in a few moments, we're going to have Mary Ellaby Bennett. But before we do that, I got one more question for you there, Prince. Now, if somebody wants to do business with Africa, quickly, what should be the first step they should take? If they today, I want to do business with the motherland, with Nigeria or some other country in the continent of Africa, what should be the first step?
Well, I'm not actually campaigning for the African embassies. This is one of their jobs, to make sure that they spread the news out there, to all the African descent community, to visit their embassies, for inquiries, or, somebody of my type, I'm out there. I give consultancy services, to people who are interested in doing business with Africa. We organize events, like trade shows and seminars. And we also attend African American events, So I think their first touch is either to go to the embassies of all the African countries in the United States, or if they have friends that are Africans, they can ask them also. But the other thing is they have to be very careful, with people you talk to. You don't want to get into, problem with them. But people that are known, I'm not too known, but this is my job. I train people in how to do business, and I also train people, how to travel to Nigeria, to other part of Africa. So if anybody is interested in that, they can contact you, if they want to get hold of me, or they can contact me directly.
Well, tell them how they can contact you directly.
Well, my company name, it's Navi Group Incorporated, and our website is navigroup.org, navigroup.org.
Okay.
And next year we have an event coming up. It's a U.S. export-import opportunities for African consumable products. Taking place in 2020, and we have another event coming up next week, actually, which is U.S. Africa and Investment Global Summit. This is taking place in Atlanta, Georgia next week, the 26th to the 28th.
All right, well, I tell you what, don't go anywhere. We're gonna have you stick around the entire show. And folks, I'll put that information on the website as well. So Prince, don't you go anywhere. We're gonna bring up our special guest today. This young lady, she's making waves out here on the internet in her native state of North Carolina.
Right.
She's making records, she's singing, she's carrying on, and just preaching up a storm, as the folks down the way say. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you. Why don't you quickly introduce yourself to our audience and say hello to Prince Ayotunde.
Hi, nice to hear from you as well. Awesome. I'm glad to be here.
And
Good morning. How are you doing?
All right.
I'm doing great.
I hope you're enjoying the show. Robot Gateway is paving the way, for all the African descent, in the United States. I like his show a lot.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Mary, I've been following you. My brother Leon has turned me on to you. My brother Daniel's been working with you, and I said this lady is a talent the world needs to hear about. So, give us a quick introduction of yourself, please.
Okay, yes. Well, you all know I'm Mary Ellaby Bennett. I am the daughter of Bishop Walter Ellaby and Pastor Sandra Ellaby.
Wow.
My husband is Pastor Albert Bennett. We have 4 children, and I love singing, and I love my family, and I love what I do, working with people in ministry, in the different facets that I do.
Let me ask you this: how long have you been singing? Since you were a baby, or did you start last week?
As soon as I was able to speak.
No, man.
But I did my first song at the age of 3.
What?
My dad's church, yeah.
Age of 3?
Yes.
You weren't even walking. You weren't even walking in, were you? You were singing in the crib. They carry you on their back and you singing. Oh my goodness. Well, let me ask you this: have you now? Do you kind of model yourself after any famous singers that you're aware of? Do you have a unique sound? I mean, I'm sure people ask you this. Oh, you sound like such and such. Is there like a style that you kind of latched on to, or you consider yourself more original?
I think that I'm more original. I've had people just say, I just can't pinpoint it. I hear a little bit of this and a little bit of that person, but I think I pretty much have an original sound. I do have some artists that I really do love and enjoy. Growing up, I loved the Clark sisters and Pastor Shirley Caesar.
2 minutes.
Albertina Walker, Dorothy Norwood.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! And today I love Tasha Cobbs Leonard and Tamala Mann. Oh my God, I love Tamala Mann. So I have quite a few that I do enjoy hearing.
When you
one that I really just pattern after.
When you're driving down the street, are you normally singing your own music, or are you listening to one of these singers? I saw you in one of those videos going down the road singing. I said, look at Mary going down the road singing. She better keep eyes on that road.
Sometimes I get my best inspiration while I'm riding, so a lot of times I'll get some new ideas, and when that happens, I'll pull over and pull out my voice recorder, and I'll sing that. I'll sing it into the voice recorder so I can later go on and add to it. But a lot of times I'm also listening to some of my favorite artists.
Now, I'm not gonna let you off the air now until you can. Can we, if I beg hard enough, and can we get you to cut a couple of bars for us? I know you got something you can do a cappella. Go ahead, cut a step for us, cut a sound for us real fast.
Do it when we come back.
Okay, I'm gonna sing this song that my grandmother.
Hey, I tell you that's what I want you to do. Tell us what it's gonna be. We're gonna get you after the break, but tell us what the song is gonna be.
It's gonna be I Sing Because I'm Happy.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite songs. Don't do it. Get my tissue out. Ooh, Lord, how musty up in here, folks. We got
an inspirational song.
You're listening to the Marketing Pulpit. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. I have Prince Ayotunde, and I have on the line songstress Mary Ella Bennett. You're gonna say I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. See, I'm sure she can do it better than me. This is the Marketing Pulpit. We'll be right back after the break.
Okay, so let's another few more minutes, maybe one or two. I'm doing the Africa, and also the community programs that can be attended and stuff like that.
Okay, we'll see if we can get it in there. Time permitting. Hey, Elena. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Gil, my friend. Hey, Brother Bobby. Neighbor. Hey, Big George. Down. Livingstone is up in the house today. Livingstone is in the house. Hey, Delaware blogger. Girl, you happy birthday. You got to sing happy birthday. Folks, today is to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Oh, got some harmony going on. Everybody say happy birthday to Antoinette Blake, the Delaware blogger. She's been on the show. She's a big supporter of the show. Happy birthday, my sister. Happy, 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 happy. All right. Now you got our singing going on. You got singing from the motherland. You're really special.
Thank you. Thank you. I like your show. Trust me, it's very powerful.
All right, folks. This is the Marketing Pulpit. We're having an international day today. This is the Marketing Pulpit International. We're international every time, every day. But today, we are international in the flesh. We have Prince Ayotunde. He's telling an amazing story. We're going to talk more about him in a moment. And if you're interested in, this is a marketing show. And if you're talking about growing your business and looking for ways to leave that lasting legacy, you cannot discount international marketing.
That's correct.
Particularly to the motherland.
All from the motherland.
That's right, because that's what intrigued me about this young man. He feels like we should bridge that gap.
Definitely.
So I'm on.
We're brothers.
That's right.
We're brothers. There's no reason why we shouldn't be doing business together.
Give me the fist bump, brother. See? That's the international. We are brothers. We are brothers and brothers indeed. Also have.
Why should you be evicted out of your parents' home?
Good Lord, how much?
So they took you out of your land. You have to find a way going back to that land. That's where you belong.
You heard it right here.
You know, that's where you belong. You know, the way you can do that, you know, come to people like us. We can organize tour for you, both business tour and social tour. You know, we take you back to Africa.
Back to Africa. Let me get me one. I'm getting one without. You got to find me one of those outfits, though. I'm sharing this.
And a lot of women, you know, beautiful women over there. If you're not married, you know, they're ready to, you know, jump on you.
Man, I know. There are so many reasons to go back to the motherland. Man, oh man. Hey, we have on the line Sister Mary Ellaby Bennett. She is the daughter of Bishop Walter Ellaby. Neighbors, when I grew up down in North Carolina, matter of fact, Charles, her uncle, Charles Ellaby, was in my classroom. Her other uncle, William Ellaby, was in the band. He played the baritone horn, and I played the baritone horn. So, and her sister, her aunt, Sonia Ellaby. So there's a long, rich history between our families, and that's why I'm honored, especially honored to have Mary joining us today. Leon sent out a tweet, post on Facebook. He said the village is coming together.
Yes.
And so that I mean, we couldn't be more exact when we're talking about having my brother here from the continent of Africa. And then on the other extreme, one of my neighbors, classmates' young daughter, coming onto the show to grace us with a song. I tell you, I'm just going to turn you over and let you go ahead.
Oh, his eyes on the sparrows, and I know, yes, I know, I know, he watches me.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Oh, my God.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That was great.
Oh, my goodness.
I felt that high pitch right there.
Oh, my God. That's some range you got there. That girl, you got some range. You must have been listening to Minnie Riperton, too. You know, when you do that, she was like 8 octaves. Hey, Mary, let me ask you, you got any projects in the work right now?
I do. I'm actually working on my album, which is to be out no later than the first of the year.
Okay, and now if somebody wants to find out more about you and get your album, follow you, how can they find you? Any information you want to share with us today?
Yes, you can like me on Facebook at Mary Ellaby Bennett Music. You can also follow me on Instagram, and I am Mary Ellaby Bennett as well.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, we're going to follow you. I want to get your information on our website. Make sure that people can find you and follow you. And I want to put once that video comes out, I'm going to have you front and center right there on the homepage of the Marketing Pulpit. And I want to thank you also for sharing your story and that powerful rendition. Man, I'm going to be feeling that all day. I'm free. I'm free. We talking freedom today. God almighty. Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, folks. That's Mary Ellaby Bennett. Man, we talking about roots today. We talking about roots. We got my hometown, and then we have my home continent from whence my people came. Man, you talking about tying it all together. Man, completing the circle.
Yep.
All right, folks.
Good spirit.
I'm telling you, folks, this is the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. I am Robert Gatewood, your host. The number is 1-800-450-7876, 1-800-450-7876. And please support our sponsor, BLE Executive Suite, talking about also keeping it in their family. This young lady, Bernadette Clay, she's a young sister from, I don't know where exactly she was born, but I know she's located here in the D.C. area, and she has 3 locations for people looking to set up offices. National Harbor, College Park, Lago Park Center over near the stadium. So if you have a business and you're tired of giving out your personal information, you're tired of meeting people in the parking lot at Tasty Freeze and Panera Bread, you can do that for a minute, but at some point, you got to have that business look. We're talking about branding today. If your brand says, look, I'm trying to cut corners, you're not going to be able to get that good price. All other problems start. So even if you don't get the physical office, get the free, they're offering you a free business address if you will call them today.
Oh,
a
awesome.
free business address at any of their 3 locations. And they would give you, just to see how it works, they would give you a free 1 hour of conference room time at one of their locations. And we're talking about something great. Those mahogany tables, they got the AV, the big flat screen TVs on the wall. So when you have that next meeting, go ahead and come over to BLE Executive Suites. Call them and set up a free walkthrough at 301-322-1700 or go to BLE. Rightly so. What the heck does new have to do with being? Well, you heard the saying, orange is the new black. They're always saying something is the new black.
Right.
And they're saying that to say that it's the new latest thing, the hot thing, something that's wonderful, that's valuable, that carries weight. Well, new. It's no secret that this Popeye's chicken sandwich that has people really doing riots. People are really rioting in the streets trying to get a hold of this sandwich. We're talking about a sandwich here. Now, if you are looking for a way to jumpstart your business, it's like a Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. You have to click your heels together because the answer was always there all along.
Somewhere.
Click those. So let's collectively click our heels today on our ruby slippers and go find that money over the rainbow because the answer lies in new, the word new. Now, Popeyes introduced a new chicken sandwich, like I said, and got people riding. And what they did, they tapped into some psychological needs, among them the desire to belong, scarcity, and FOMO, fear of missing out. One thing that's less talked about is the desire for something new. There is an aversion in us to boredom and a disdain for a thing called ennui. Ennui is just a fancy word for boredom. We hate to be bored. We hate mediocrity. We hate seeing the same thing over and over again. We don't buy new clothes because the old ones stopped working or fitting. We don't buy a new car necessarily because the old one stopped driving. We don't necessarily buy a new house because we need more space. We buy things because we want something new. I went down the cereal aisle the other Introduce a new color, introduce a new shape, a new flavor, a new delivery channel, a new term, a new fabric, a new speed, a new component, a new call to action, a new personnel, new location, new price. But if you are a business owner, the next time I come on this air, I want you to tell me what you did new between now and next week. When I come back, Mr. Brown, out there in the plumbing industry, I want to hear about your new chicken sandwich shaped plunger. No, maybe not. That's going a little too far. My point is, I want you guys to do something new. That's my advice to you today. Instead of sitting on the sidelines worrying about what Popeyes is doing and this chicken sandwich between honey buns that KFC is doing, you can do this too. Fight ennui. Introduce something new to your business. That's my story today. We got about a minute there, Prince. 1 minute. We got 1 minute before we give us one more piece of advice before we leave here, brother Prince.
Well, my message to the African descent youth, in order for them, to get them, off the streets, they should try and venture into new business with Africans. You know,
Yes.
we have a lot of African stores, you know, around. You know, we have African churches around. You know, for instance, we have a big event coming up actually next month, the October 13. You know, right there in Capitol Heights. The name of the church is actually Celestial Church of Christ. Nice show. Good show.
How you doing?
Good show. Good show. Yeah.
Woo, man, we squeezed a lot into that show today.
Good morning, folks. I'm Earl Kirk.
Hey, everybody! Thank you for joining in today.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us.
And take the Prince advice. Let's start doing this international marketing. Let's go back to the motherland. Let's go to find yourself an African friend and go visit a church. And you actually do a workshop, a seminar on this international trade, right?
Yes. Currently, I'm doing training on international trade. You know, with some church. You know, a group. You know, right there in Bowie. You know, I give them this training every Sundays. You know, after the church service, that's the only time that they are available. So if anybody is interested in doing that, you know, they can contact me at 410-365-0562, and you can visit my website, Navi Group Incorporated, which is navigroup.org, www.navigroup.org. And we also have an event coming up next year in July of 2020. It's U.S. Export-Import Opportunities for African Consumer Products. Also, next week, from the 26th to the 20th,
That's when I leave here. Eat up my hair, yeah.
good morning.
I want to thank everybody for joining. Share this information. People need to get this information, particularly on how to reach back out to our brothers and sisters in Africa. We need to do more of this. So this will be this is not the last time you're gonna see me having Prince here and people from the African continent, because we are Marketing Pulpit International. Hey there, Wayne. Thanks for joining me today, and everybody else who's tuning in over the internet and on 95.9 FM, Radio 1, Eleanor, and Manette, and Donnell, and Mary.